Well, I think he's just one of the most skilled guys to play the game. And he's grown, obviously, as a scorer, he's grown so much. And a big part of scoring now in today's NBA is getting to the foul line. So he's one of the best at it. And I think, we just got to show him early bodies and show a lot of help, but just be smart about reaching in and plugging gaps and just knowing, how he likes to draw his fouls, stay down on pump fakes. But obviously, it's easier said than done. And, there's a reason why, he is who he is.
How much of an art is there to be able to do that for guys like DeMar, Harden, guys like that around the league? And how much of it is that something that can be learned throughout a player's career? How much of it is sort of dependent on reputation and stuff like that in terms of earning the whistle? Is that something that, like, let's say Pascal, is that something that he needs to get better in terms of being able to draw the foul and get to the line?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it takes skill to draw fouls. From my vantage point, it's more about reputation and like you say, you gotta earn that. So you gotta develop this skill and do it for a long time, years, over many seasons, and then you develop a reputation. Refs know what to look for. Their eyes are trained to see the bumps. Your body just gravitates differently. Your body moves with different bumps and different slaps, and so it's a process. But as far as Pascal, I think everybody would like to see him go to the line a lot more. I'm not going to sit here and blame that on him, but I think that as his career progresses, I'm sure he'll continue to get better at drawing it, and hopefully the whistles start to go his way more and more. But I think there's something you can develop, but there's definitely guys that are good at it, and some of that is working at it, and some of that is just talent.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Next question is going to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Fred. Happy holidays, man.
Thank you.
Another DeMar question, if you don't mind. You were with him that one year. He had one of the great scoring years in Raptors history. Went off for about 27 a game, and then since then his scoring has come down a little bit, but his playmaking has really seemed to have grown each year. You saw what he did in opening night. He had 9 assists. He's around 6 assists the last 2-3 years. How does that add a dimension to his game? And what do you make of a guy like that who's able to sort of change or grow or develop his game like that?
He should get a lot of credit for that, for being able to adapt and going from a guy, like you said, 27, 28 a game to down to 22, 23-ish range now. And getting an assist up there, I think that changed a lot in my second year with the way our offense changed. And he really made a concerted effort to get more guys involved. And, it was surprising, honestly, to see how well he could pass and how well he could play make, because up until that point, all I had known of him was just to be a scorer. So I think that's helped his game a lot. I think it makes him much more dangerous, and it makes the team more dangerous when you know that, some guys in the league, you can send a lot of help because they're not going to pass unless they absolutely have to. And DeMar is not one of those guys. He's getting off of it pretty free and easy, and it makes the team, harder to guard.
What was he like for you as a vet when you broke in?
He was great. He's one of those pivotal guys in my career, on and off the court. Gave a lot of game and wisdom and tough love, and just taught me a lot. And just from watching him prepare every day, watching him practice every day, watching him work out every day, and then seeing him perform on a night in, night out basis, he's really, really, really high on my list. And just as a friend and guy that I've grown close to over the last few years, obviously I got a lot of respect for him.
Appreciate it, Fred. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Going to do 2 more questions, Fred. First one's going to Doug Smith from the Toronto Star.
Hello, Fred. Merry Christmas, and I hope the kids got spoiled rotten yesterday morning.
Thanks, Doug.
This is the first road trip, and I understand you're going to stay in San Antonio and then fly to Philly and practice. And the schedule's sort of screwed up. You're not going to get home very much in the back-to-back games in different cities. Have you guys thought about the impact of that?
No, you try not to, Doug. I think we just gotta trick ourselves into finding the good in all of this stuff, and kind of create our own world where this is the only thing that's going on, and because the more you pay attention to what's going on outside, it gets more and more depressing. So I think we just gotta try to lock in and make the best of it, the best we can, with the travel, and obviously this is not super different from what we did before the bubble, but obviously there's a lot of restrictions and guidelines, and you land in the city and there's not a mask to be found. So some of that stuff will take some getting used to, but it is what it is. You continue to follow the rules and follow the guidelines and just try to stay safe as possible and focus on the work. I think that's one thing that's helped me a lot, is just really diving into my craft, into my work, because there's not so much distraction going on in the outside world. Just watching a lot more film, working out a lot more, just focusing on my body. So I think just diving into the work every day, it keeps you distracted from the outside world, and try to go out there and perform at a high level every night, and hope for the best.
There will be a lot more solitude time, I presume, where you can't have, in some states, you can't have team dinners and you can't hang around with the other guys on your team. And how weird is that going to be? A lot of hotel room time, I would presume.
Yeah, it's different. I think that's one thing that helped me in the bubble was just, once we were in the bubble, you were safe. So we got time to spend around each other. You could sit outside and eat lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can hang out. There was common areas for people to mingle and just spend social time and kind of make the time pass. So I'm not a social butterfly by any means, but I think I definitely enjoy being around people, and this is going to be different, to be spending the majority of the time in the hotel room. But like I said, just focusing on the work, being locked in, and make sure you get your rest and recovery, and add a different, couple new things to the routine, and hope it goes good.
Great. Thanks very much, Fred. Appreciate it. Have a good day down there.
Thanks, there.
Final question is going to go to Blake Murphy from The Athletic.
What's up, Fred? You happy to have me out of your space there now?
Yeah, man. Finally, I go outside again.
Try to figure out which Porsche is yours every day,
No Porsche.
Sorry, to take it back to DeMar once more, and this might be a hard thing to kind of put into words, but with how outspoken and vulnerable he's been throughout the later part of his career in terms of mental health and that kind of, holistic look at what your health is like, I know that's something you've talked about before. How important an example is DeMar? I mean, for the Raptors when he was there and for the league as a whole, do you think?
He changed the $1 billion business. He changed it, pretty much single-handedly, speaking out. And then obviously a lot of guys felt more comfortable, and that's what it's about. So for him to do that, it was huge, and we won't know the impact. We will never know the impact, but we just know that it's a great impact that he had on the league and on the guys and on players, coaches, staff, whoever, that this is DeMar DeRozan, and he goes through shit like everybody else. And I think that was big for him. It took a lot of guts and a lot of heart to do that, and something that helped me in my personal life, feeling comfortable about some of those things. It opened my eyes to things that I was ignorant about, and it was just, I think it was special for him to do that. And I think it's even more important now, during this pandemic. I think people's mental health has kind of been pushed to the side a little bit, so I think it's something that we all should focus on a little bit more, and keep at the forefront of all of our discussions, and keeping people, keeping their mental health. Obviously, we got to worry about our physical health with this virus and with all the other things going on, but our mental health is really being affected over these last 12 months, and something that we should all pay attention to and focus on individually and collectively.
Thanks, Fred. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Fred. Go